Now, after knowing about adsorption and absorption, we will read about types of adsorption. Types of adsorption on the basis of force between adsorbate and adsorbent. Adsorbate and adsorbent. And what are adsorbate and adsorbent? The substance which is adsorbed is called adsorbate, and the surface on which adsorption is taking place is called adsorbent. You can understand by pen and paper. The ink of this pen is adsorbate, where this paper is adsorbent. Now, on the basis of forces between adsorbate and adsorbent, the adsorption is of two types. First, physisorption, and second is chemisorption. Physisorption and chemisorption. Now, we will discuss one by one the differences between physisorption and chemisorption. First, there is weak van der Waals force between adsorbate and adsorbent. In this case, in physisorption, the force between adsorbate and adsorbent is weak. It is weak van der Waals force. It can be broken easily. But in case of chemisorption, there is a strong chemical bond between adsorbate and adsorbent. Second, it is not specific in nature. The physisorption is not specific in nature. You can take an example of oxygen gas or chalk and board. The chalk can be used on wall, on table, on board, on copy, and everywhere you can use. So the use of chalk is not specific, but chemisorption is highly specific. The rusting of iron is an example of chemisorption. So it is specific because only iron undergoes rusting, none other metal can undergo rusting. Now, third, it is reversible in nature. After use of blackboard or green board, we can wipe it out by duster. We can remove the chalk from board by using duster. So it is reversible, and we can use the green board again too. So the physisorption is reversible, but the chemisorption is irreversible. Once the iron is rusted, it cannot be used again. So chemisorption is irreversible. Next, it depends on nature of gas. More easily liquefiable gases are adsorbed easily. It depends on nature of gas. More easily liquefiable gases are adsorbed easily. The liquefiable gases are those which are polar in nature, like ammonia, HCl, SO2. All these gases are polar in nature. These have dipole attraction, so these can be compressed easily. These can be liquefied easily. So these are adsorbed in more quantity. So the physisorption depends on nature of gas. Similarly, chemisorption also depends on nature of gas. The gas which can react with adsorbent undergoes chemisorption, as the rusting of iron involves reaction between oxygen and iron. So oxygen gas is needed to get the iron rusted. Nitrogen gas cannot rust the iron. So the chemisorption also depends on nature of gas. Next, enthalpy of adsorption is 20 to 40 kilojoule per mole. As we know that the physisorption involves van der Waals forces, so the energy of physisorption is less, 20 to 40 kilojoule. But in case of chemisorption involves chemical bond, so the enthalpy of adsorption is high, 42 to 40 kilojoule per mole. Now, physisorption decreases with increasing temperature. If we increase the surface, the molecule will be escaped because there is weak van der Waals force which may be broken easily. So the adsorption will be decreasing with increasing temperature, but you know that the chemical reaction takes place at higher temperature. 7. Activation energy is not needed, as this physics option is not specific, so activation energy is not needed, but the chemical reactions needs high activation energy. Next, the more the surface area, more will be adsorption. The more the surface area, more will be adsorption. Similarly, for chemisorption also, more the surface area, more will be adsorption. Next, physisorption is multi-layer adsorption, where chemisorption is unilayer adsorption. So these are the differences between physisorption and chemisorption, and it is an important topic which is asked frequently in CBSE examination.